Welcome back to Who Died Today. Our hearts have been heavy with the recent news of extraordinary talents passing. This episode is dedicated to honoring their profound legacies. As we remember them, we'll also take a moment to reflect on other stars we've recently lost. Before we begin, if the lives or work of these remarkable individuals have resonated with you, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It's a simple gesture of respect and remembrance, and your support is deeply appreciated. Today, we bring you heartbreaking news that has shaken fans across the country. Jonathan Joss, the talented actor best known for voicing John Redcorn in the beloved animated series King of the Hill, has tragically passed away at the age of 59. This video is dedicated to celebrating his life, legacy, and the unforgettable moments he gifted to millions. If you too were touched by his work or wish to pay your respects, please give this video a thumbs up, not for the algorithm, but for Jonathan's memory. Who could forget the solemn wisdom of John Redcorn, often standing by the Hill family's fence, offering spiritual insight and, occasionally, heartbreak? Jonathan's voice brought depth, soul, and quiet power to that character for over a decade. Jonathan Joss was born on December 22, 1965, in San Antonio, Texas. Proudly of Comanche and Apache descent, Jonathan grew up deeply immersed in stories, the rich oral traditions of his ancestors, and the captivating pull of performance. From a young age, he delighted his family by mimicking voices from television shows, particularly cartoon characters. His profound respect for his native roots and unwavering desire to shatter stereotypes in media would later infuse the authenticity and quiet power he brought to his most iconic roles. His parents, who owned a beloved Mexican restaurant in San Antonio, instilled in him a strong sense of community and family. Jonathan began his professional acting career in 1996, but a twist of fate paved the way for his iconic role. When voice actor Victor Aaron, who originally voiced John Redcorn, tragically passed away, Jonathan was cast to take over the role in the show's second season in 1997. From that point forward, his distinctive voice became synonymous with John Redcorn. As the show concluded its original run after over 250 episodes in 2009, Jonathan had cemented his unique place in animation history. But his talent wasn't limited to voice acting. From 2011 to 2015, he charmed audiences as Chief Ken Hotate in Parks and Recreation, winning hearts with his blend of humor and dignified grace. Throughout the 2010s and into the 2020s, his live-action film credits grew, including roles in True Grit, The Magnificent Seven, Tulsa King, and Ray Donovan. In 2023, fans rejoiced when he returned to voice John Redcorn for the highly anticipated Hulu revival of King of the Hill, set to premiere on August 4, 2025. It was a joyful return to a character that defined so much of his career. Jonathan once said, "We're not just storytellers, we're the keepers of memory. Through voice, we keep spirits alive." His voice was indeed more than just a sound. It was a memory, a presence, and a powerful symbol of visibility for Native Americans on screen. Beyond his professional life, Jonathan was a deeply private man who cherished his personal connections. He had a profound love for animals, especially his dogs, who were like family to him. A surprising passion involved his fascination with antique maps. He would spend hours poring over old cartography, imagining unexplored territories and the stories they held. This quiet hobby reflected his own journey of discovery and deep appreciation for history. He was married to the love of his life, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez. They tied the knot on Valentine's Day, a testament to their enduring affection. Jonathan remained very close to his extended family, frequently visiting his parents at their restaurant in San Antonio, a place that remained a cornerstone of his personal world. Behind the scenes, Jonathan faced challenges that very few knew. He and his husband, Tristan, were reportedly the targets of disturbing homophobic threats in their neighborhood. In a shocking twist of fate, their home was destroyed in a fire in January of this year, a fire that Tristan firmly believes was the result of years of harassment. It was in this inferno that Jonathan tragically lost 3 of his beloved dogs, a heartbreak that deeply affected him. Then, on June 2nd, 2025, unimaginable tragedy struck again. Jonathan and Tristan had returned to check the mail at the site of their former home when they were confronted by a neighbor. According to Tristan, the man hurled violent slurs before opening fire. In a final, incredibly brave act, Jonathan, unarmed, pushed his husband aside, taking the bullets himself. He died at the scene at just 59 years old, a true hero in his final moments. The San Antonio Police Department has confirmed the details of the incident. While the investigation is ongoing, they have stated there's currently no definitive evidence proving the shooting was motivated by hate. Jonathan Joss brought King of the Hill's John Redcorn to life for over a dozen seasons, said creators Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, and Saladin Patterson. His voice will be missed, and we extend our deepest condolences. One fan wrote, "I grew up listening to his voice. He made John Redcorn more than a cartoon. He made him human. Thank you, Jonathan." Jonathan Joss will be remembered not only for his iconic roles, but for what he stood for: dignity, authenticity, and representation. He gave voice to Native American characters in a way rarely seen in mainstream media: powerful, wise, and complex, never caricatured. His legacy lives on in every line he delivered, every character he gave life to, and every fan who found connection through his voice. Jonathan Joss died protecting the one he loved, a final, selfless act of courage that echoes the strength and integrity of the characters he so brilliantly portrayed. He was a voice that carried generations, and now an echo that will never fade. And today, we also remember another remarkable talent gone far too soon. Devin Lee Harjes, a talent lost too soon. Who could forget the commanding presence he brought to the screen? From the raw power of world heavyweight boxing champion Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire to the enigmatic Peter Baylor in Manifest, Devin Lee Harjes had a unique ability to make every character resonate. He wasn't just acting, he was embodying, captivating audiences with a silent intensity or a sudden flash of profound emotion. Devin Lee Harjes was born in Lubbock, Texas, to Randy and Roseanne Harjes. From childhood, he showed a strong affinity for animals, growing up with horses and becoming an adept rider. At just 5, he even won a saddle in an equestrian competition. This early dedication shaped him. Devin later studied acting in college, starting his career in New York on off-Broadway stages and in independent films. Devin's career began gaining attention in 2010 with his powerful portrayal of Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire. In 2012, he starred in The Forest is Red, a film that went on to win Best Non-European Feature at the European Independent Film Festival. By 2018, he had become a familiar face to millions as Peter Baylor in Manifest Season 2, a role that cemented his presence in mainstream television. Devin Harjes was known for his quiet dedication. He reportedly shared a philosophy: to truly inhabit a role or a moment, you must first listen. The answers are in the quiet spaces. This guided his performances. Beyond acting, Devin held a surprising passion for antique maps, finding solace and historical connection in their intricate details, reflecting his own journey of discovery. He continued his deep connection to the outdoors, often finding strength in nature. Behind the scenes, Devin Lee Harjes quietly faced a formidable personal battle. He was fighting a severe illness, the exact nature of which hasn't been widely disclosed. He waged this fight with immense courage, maintaining his professional commitments even while undergoing treatment. This personal challenge undoubtedly added a quiet gravity to his performances, a depth rooted in his own experience. It is with profound sadness that we announce Devin Lee Harjes succumbed to cancer at the tragically young age of just 41. He passed away on May 27, 2025. While specific details about the place or immediate confirmation aren't widely publicized beyond his IMDb biography, his death leaves a significant void in the entertainment community. The news shocked many who knew his talent and anticipated his rising career. The news of Devin's passing prompted heartfelt responses. A representative from the Boardwalk Empire production team reportedly shared, "Devin was a truly dedicated actor, bringing a powerful realism to his roles. We are deeply saddened by his loss." A fan on social media commented, "Devin Harjes was so understated, yet so impactful. He made every scene better. Can't believe he's gone so young. Rest in peace, Oscar." Devin Lee Harjes will be remembered as a talented, versatile actor. He impacted his industry with his consistent professionalism and the authentic depth he brought to each role. For fans, he leaves behind a memorable filmography, showcasing a promising career cut short. His performances will continue to be discovered and appreciated, a testament to his raw talent and the quiet power he brought to every screen. He leaves behind a legacy of quiet strength and compelling artistry. Devin Lee Harjes, a remarkable talent whose flame was extinguished far too soon, leaves us with a collection of powerful performances. His dedication, his quiet strength, and his ability to transform into unforgettable characters will resonate in our memories. He may be gone, but the impact of his artistry remains. This is Who Died Today, honoring legacies that never fade. Breaking news. Next, we turn to a story of the astonishing journey of one of Hollywood's most resilient and authentic voices, Selma Blair. In an industry often defined by perfection and facade, Blair has emerged as a beacon of raw honesty, transforming personal struggle into universal inspiration. From beloved romantic comedies to her courageous battle with multiple sclerosis, she has redefined what it means to be a Hollywood icon. What are your most memorable moments of Selma? Share them in the comments below. This is not just the story of an actress, this is the story of metamorphosis. Selma Blair's journey embodies the profound beauty of vulnerability, the strength found in transparency, and the power of turning pain into purpose. From a small-town girl with big dreams to a Hollywood darling, and ultimately to a warrior fighting invisible battles in plain sight, Selma Blair has become a symbol of authentic courage. Born Selma Blair Marie Beatner on June 23, 1972 in Southfield, Michigan, Selma's early years were marked by both privilege and pain. Growing up in the affluent Detroit suburb, she was the youngest of 4 daughters in a family that appeared perfect from the outside. But beneath the surface, young Selma struggled with her identity and place in the world. Her father, Elliot Beitner, was a successful lawyer, while her mother, Molly, was a former judge. The pressure to excel was immense, yet Selma found herself drawn to the arts as an escape. At the University of Michigan, she studied photography and English, but it was her involvement in campus theater that ignited something deeper. Here, in the safety of character and performance, Selma discovered she could channel her internal struggles into something beautiful and meaningful. The seeds of her future advocacy were planted early. Even then, she gravitated toward stories of complex, flawed characters who refused to be defined by their circumstances. 1999 marked Selma's breakthrough year with her unforgettable performance as Cecile Caldwell in Cruel Intentions. At just 27, she brought a perfect blend of innocence and mischief to the role that would define a generation's understanding of complex female characters. Critics immediately took notice. Entertainment Weekly wrote, "Blair brings a luminous quality to Cecile that makes her both sympathetic and compelling." But it was her chemistry with co-stars Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Phillip that created movie magic. What set Selma apart wasn't just her acting ability, it was her fearless commitment to authenticity. Even in her earliest roles, she refused to play it safe, choosing characters that challenged both herself and audiences. Selma Blair's career soared in the early 2000s, earning her the title of a comedy queen. In 2001's Legally Blonde, she stood out as Vivian Kensington, adding unexpected depth and nuance to a role that could have been purely antagonistic. 2 years later, in The Sweetest Thing, 2003, she fully embraced bold, boundary-pushing comedy. But it was in the 2010s that Selma experienced a dramatic renaissance, most notably in 2016 when she portrayed Kris Jenner in American Crime Story, The People v.O. J. Simpson, a performance that reminded audiences of her impressive dramatic range. Each role revealed new layers of Selma's talent, but more importantly, each character seemed to prepare her for the greatest role of her life, becoming an advocate for invisible illness and authentic living. October 2018 changed everything. In a now famous Instagram post, Selma shared her multiple sclerosis diagnosis with the world. But this wasn't just a celebrity health announcement, it was a masterclass in vulnerability. "I am disabled. I fall sometimes. I drop things. My memory is foggy. And my left side is asking for directions from a broken GPS," she wrote with characteristic honesty. But as we learned from her recent health update, the story became even more complex. While her MS entered remission, she revealed another challenge: Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a connective tissue disorder causing chronic pain and mobility issues. "I hurt all the time," she shared, not for sympathy, but for solidarity with others facing similar struggles. This is Selma Blair's superpower, transforming personal pain into universal connection. 2019 brought one of the most powerful moments in recent entertainment history: Selma's appearance at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, walking with a custom cane designed by her friend. The image became instantly iconic, not of limitation, but of redefined elegance. Fashion magazines called it the most important accessory of the year. But for Selma, it was simply honesty made visible. Her comeback wasn't about returning to who she was, it was about becoming who she was meant to be. Projects like the documentary Introducing Selma Blair gave audiences unprecedented access to her journey, redefining what celebrity vulnerability could look like. "I don't want to be the poster child for MS, but I want to be a voice for people who are struggling," Selma has said, encapsulating her approach to advocacy. Her philosophy centers on radical honesty. Hiding makes everything worse. The shame, the fear, the isolation, it all feeds on secrecy. Friends describe her as unchanged by fame or illness, still the same person who remembers everyone's birthday, who checks on struggling friends, who finds humor in the darkest moments. Her lifestyle now reflects this philosophy: adaptive fashion that's both functional and beautiful, speaking engagements that prioritize education over inspiration porn, and social media that shows real life, not highlight reels. January 2024 brought another chapter in Selma's ongoing story of transparency. Her Instagram health update revealed that while her MS remains in remission, her daily reality includes chronic pain from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. "This is nothing that's like horrible, scary stuff," she explained, demonstrating her characteristic way of acknowledging struggle without seeking pity. Her latest projects reflect this balance, continuing to work in entertainment while expanding her advocacy platform. Each appearance, each post, each interview adds to a growing narrative that challenges how we think about disability, chronic illness, and authentic living. Like many public figures sharing their health journey, Selma has faced occasional criticism about oversharing or seeking attention. She's addressed these concerns with grace, explaining that visibility serves a purpose beyond personal catharsis. When someone messages me saying they felt less alone after seeing my post, that's worth any criticism, she said, maintaining her commitment to transparency while acknowledging the challenges of public vulnerability. Today, Selma Blair lives a life of careful balance, managing chronic pain while maintaining her career, advocating for disability rights while protecting her privacy, being a mother while being a public figure. Her future projects focus on education and representation, working to ensure that stories like hers become more common, not because more people face these challenges, but because more people feel safe sharing them. She continues to redefine what a Hollywood career can look like, proving that authenticity and vulnerability aren't career limitations, they're superpowers. Selma Blair's story isn't finished, it's evolving. Every day she chooses transparency over perfection, community over isolation, and courage over comfort. In a world that often demands we hide our struggles, Selma Blair stands as a reminder that our vulnerabilities don't diminish us, they connect us. Her journey from Hollywood darling to disability advocate isn't a fall from grace, it's a rise to authenticity. What part of Selma's journey inspired you most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we mourn the loss of a musical revolutionary, Sly Stone, who passed away June 9th at age 82. The architect of funk, the pioneer who shattered musical boundaries, and the visionary who united genres like no one before him has left us. What are your most memorable moments of Sly? Share them below. This is the story of transformation through sound. From a young gospel prodigy in Texas to the funk mastermind who changed music forever, Sly Stone became a symbol of innovation and unity. Born Sylvester Stewart in Denton, Texas, Sly was raised in California's Bay Area, where music became his language. By age 11, he had mastered keyboard, guitar, bass, and drums, a musical polymath in the making. Growing up with siblings Freddie and Rose, gospel music filled their household, laying the foundation for what would become a revolutionary sound that merged sacred and secular, black and white, traditional and experimental. 1968 changed everything with Dance to the Music, a genre-defying anthem that introduced the world to Sly and the Family Stone's revolutionary sound. Critics were stunned. This wasn't just R&B, soul, or rock. It was something entirely new. The song's infectious energy and innovative arrangement announced the arrival of funk music to mainstream America. Sly Stone's rise began in the late 1960s when his band's experimental debut, A Whole New Thing, 1967, caught attention for its boldness. By 1968, Dance to the Music had become their first major hit, opening the doors to a new funk rock era. The following year, songs like Everyday People and Stand became anthems of unity, echoing the social pulse of the times. During their peak, tracks like Hot Fun in the Summertime and I Want to Take You Higher defined the sound of a generation, while Family Affair marked their biggest success, a soulful, genre-defying hit that captured Sly's artistic evolution. Behind the revolutionary music lay personal struggles. Sly battled substance abuse and the pressures of fame, which ultimately contributed to the band's dissolution in 1975 and his later health battles, including COPD. Woodstock 1969 became Sly's defining moment, a 3 a.m. performance that electrified 500,000 people and cemented his legend. Though the band ended, Sly's influence never waned, inspiring generations of musicians, from Prince to Outkast. Different strokes for different folks wasn't just a lyric, it was Sly's life philosophy. He believed music could unite people across racial and cultural divides. His integrated band was revolutionary for its time, proving that music transcended social barriers. In his final years, Sly lived quietly, occasionally surfacing for rare interviews and induction ceremonies, always humble about his massive influence on popular music. Personal struggles with addiction and reclusive later years never diminished his artistic legacy. He handled his demons privately while his music continued speaking for itself. Though Sly has passed, his musical DNA lives in every funk track, every genre-blending experiment, every artist who dares to defy categories. Sly Stone didn't just make music, he made magic. He proved that art could break down walls, that rhythm could unite hearts, and that one voice could change everything. What part of Sly's revolutionary journey moved you most? Share your memories in the comments. And now, we shift from one music pioneer to another, a voice that shaped the sound of R&B for generations. Now, we honor the memory of Wayne Lewis, founding member of Atlantic Starr, who passed away June 5th at age 68. The velvet voice behind some of R&B's most enduring love songs. The musical architect who helped craft the sophisticated sound of 80s soul has left us with a legacy that continues to soundtrack romance worldwide. What are your most memorable moments of Wayne and Atlantic Starr? Share them below. This is the story of musical brotherhood and timeless artistry. From a young dreamer with a vision to the co-founder of one of R&B's most beloved groups, Wayne Lewis became a symbol of musical excellence and family harmony. Born into a musical family, Wayne Lewis discovered his gifts early, mastering both vocals and keyboards with the dedication that would define his career. Growing up with brothers David and Jonathan, music wasn't just a hobby, it was the family language. The Lewis brothers understood that success required more than talent. It demanded unity, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to their craft. These values would become the foundation of Atlantic Starr's enduring appeal. 1976 marked the birth of something special when Wayne co-founded Atlantic Starr alongside drummer Porter Carroll Jr., bassist Clifford Archer, percussionist, flutist Joseph Phillips, and his brothers David and Jonathan. Their sophisticated blend of R&B, funk, and soul immediately set them apart. Critics praised their musical complexity and Wayne's distinctive vocal style, which could convey both power and tenderness with equal mastery. Early hits established their signature sound. Circles showcased Wayne's vocal range and the band's musical sophistication. Always became a wedding staple and radio favorite. Masterpiece demonstrated their artistic evolution and commercial appeal. Each song revealed Wayne's growth as both vocalist and songwriter, contributing to a catalog that defined romantic R&B for a generation. Like many artists of his era, Wayne faced the challenges of maintaining relevance through changing musical landscapes. The transition from the analog warmth of the 70s and 80s to the digital age required constant adaptation. Yet Wayne's commitment to quality and authenticity never wavered, even as the music industry transformed around him. Throughout the decades, Wayne and Atlantic Starr proved their staying power by evolving their sound while maintaining their core identity. Their ability to create both up-tempo dance tracks and intimate ballads kept them relevant across multiple generations. Fan reactions consistently praised their live performances, where Wayne's stage presence and vocal prowess continued to captivate audiences well into the 2000s. Wayne believed in music as a healing force. "Good music should make you feel something," he often said, reflecting his commitment to creating songs that touched hearts rather than just topped charts. His approach to collaboration, especially with his brothers, demonstrated how family bonds could enhance rather than complicate artistic partnerships. In his later years, Wayne continued performing with Atlantic Starr, bringing their classic hits to new audiences while occasionally recording new material that honored their legacy while exploring contemporary sounds. His dedication to the craft never diminished, proving that true artistry transcends trends and generations. Wayne navigated the music industry's challenges with grace, focusing on artistry over controversy. His professional approach and commitment to family values kept Atlantic Starr's reputation intact throughout their career. Though Wayne has passed, Atlantic Starr's influence continues through countless artists who cite them as inspirations. Their songs remain staples on Quiet Storm Radio and continue finding new audiences through streaming platforms. The sophisticated R&B they pioneered lives on in contemporary soul and neo-soul movements. Wayne Lewis didn't just make music, he crafted emotions. Through his voice and vision, he helped create a soundtrack for love, loss, and everything in between. His legacy lives in every couple who danced to Always, every listener who found comfort in Circles. Wayne Lewis passed away on June 5, 2024, at the age of 68, but his voice and artistry will forever remain in the hearts of music lovers worldwide. What part of Wayne's musical journey touched your heart? Share your favorite Atlantic Starr memories in the comments. These remarkable individuals, though gone, leave behind an enduring tapestry of talent and impact that continues to touch our lives. Their stories remind us that true legacies never fade. Thank you for joining us in honoring their memories. This is Who Died Today, where we cherish the echoes of greatness that resonate through time.